There are no stupid questions, only stupid people. Hello, how's everybody doing today? We're back out on the streets of Philly with another MotoJohn video. As always, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. As you know, we cruise around Philly on two wheels and talk motorcycles along the way, so make sure you hit the channel with a subscribe, hit the channel with a like, go back and check out any of our other videos. Today we are talking some of the dumbest motorcycle questions that I have ever received. But before we get to those very stupid, idiotic questions, we're going to take a little cruise down Fairmount Ave. Last time I went down Fairmount Ave in a video, I got some good feedback about the Eastern State Penitentiary. It's a pretty cool building up ahead here. Let me give you all a little bit closer look at it real quick as we cruise by that. So some people had pointed it out as I was going by. They're like, oh my god, what was that huge, crazy castle looking thing? That was insane. It takes up a whole block. So yeah, man, this is pretty cool. Eastern State Penitentiary. I'll give you a look at it right here. Kind of looks like an old castle. Just an old prison. It's like a historic landmark here in Philly. Al Capone was housed here. Spent some time here, I think. But yeah, this thing takes up like a couple blocks. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty cool inside as well. Just wanted to point that out real quick. Eastern State Penitentiary. So today we're talking some of the stupidest motorcycle questions that I have ever received that people need to stop asking. And maybe I can forgive them for some of these dumb questions because, I mean, I get it. Motorcycles are foreign to some people. Some people just don't get it. People aren't used to them. They don't really know. They don't understand, yada yada, whatever it might be. So they have questions. They're curious. Some of them are a bit ridiculous, and I'm going to talk about some of those most ridiculous questions that I've ever gotten about riding or about my motorcycle in general. So apologies in advance if you are one of those people tuning in who has asked me these questions, or if you've ever asked any motorcyclist these questions. My apologies. Not meant to offend you, but they're pretty stupid questions. So these are not in any specific order, but I'm definitely going to save the most egregious and ridiculous one for last. So make sure you stick around for that because it's an absolute doozy. It's an absolutely absurd question. Not sure why anyone would ask this or think it, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Alright, so let's kick it off with the first one I can think of. But before we get started, let me know, drop it down in the comments what some of the most ridiculous questions you've ever been asked about riding, or ridiculous questions that people have asked you about your motorcycle. Alright, so let's kick it off with the first one, and I'll use my stupid person voice for this. Oh, are you gonna join a biker gang? Yeah, definitely. Totally gonna join a biker gang. I'm gonna get some leather cuts, get some weapons, maybe start selling some drugs, start killing some people, all that good stuff. Run around with a crew of guys in leather cuts, and I'm gonna join a biker gang because that sounds awesome. Be hanging out at the clubhouse with my MC bros, just kicking it with my biker gang. But like, alright, in all seriousness, no, like, I'm not gonna join a biker gang. What are you talking about? A biker gang? Motorcycle? Like, what are you talking about? Am I joining a biker gang? I'm just a normal dude who likes motorcycling as a hobby, working a 9-to-5 corporate job, average Joe, just likes riding a motorcycle. Like, no, I'm not joining a biker gang. What are you talking about? I'm just gonna go out and ride by myself half the time. Maybe link up with a couple other people, go for rides. Like, no, I'm not joining a motorcycle gang or a motorcycle club. Get out of here with that stupid question. Next stupid question. Are you gonna put a sidecar on your bike? no. Like, do you see this thing? I'm trying to have it look like a badass black Harley Davidson Sportster. I am not putting a sidecar on my bike. Like, what are you talking about? Do you want to ride in the sidecar? Are you asking me for a ride? If you want to ride, you can ride on the back. I'm not putting a sidecar on my Sportster. But okay, in all seriousness, there is a time and a place for a sidecar, like some old vintage classic bikes, you know, like old Triumphs, old BMWs with like sidecars, cool stuff like that. There's some old Indians, old like 1940s Harleys with sidecars. Okay, if it matches and it flows, it's cool, it's vintage, it's classic, that's cool. My all blacked out Harley Sportster? No sidecar. Get out of here. Stupid question. Next stupid question. What are you gonna do if it breaks down? Gee, I don't know. What do you do if your car breaks down? Do you like freak out and have some big disaster about it? I mean, like, what do you, I don't know, you drive a car, what are you gonna do if your car breaks down? You tell me. Okay, but seriously, in all seriousness, yes, there is a possibility that it could break down, but just like I said, your car could break down. So what do? You break down, you pull over to the side of the road, you fix it if you can. If not, I don't know, I guess you call a tow truck and get towed to a dealer or a shop to get it fixed. It's no different than if your car breaks down. Now listen, I have broken down before on my first bike. Battery died and I was out somewhere and I couldn't go anywhere. So yeah, I broke down, I pulled over. Luckily, now this is a lucky scenario for me, I was near a shop and I pushed it to that closest shop, got a new battery all situated, and continued on my way. So if you were in your car, what would you have done? You done the same thing. Got towed or go to a nearest shop and you figure it out. Yes, you could break down, but you figure it out. It's no different. Stupid question. Stop asking that question. Next dumb question. What are you gonna do if it rains? Gee, what am I gonna do if it rains? Well, if it's raining and I need to go somewhere, then maybe I just will take another method of transportation other than a motorcycle. But if you're out riding and it starts raining, what do you think's gonna happen? I don't know, I guess you're gonna get a little wet. It happens. Maybe you'll have some rain gear with you. Roads are gonna be slippery, you gotta be careful. Yes, sometimes you get stuck in the rain on a motorcycle. Is it a big deal? I mean, maybe if it's like a monsoon or a hurricane or something, but yes, you might get wet riding your motorcycle. Is it gonna ruin your day? Is it a disaster? No, not really. Stupid question, stop asking it. Next stupid question. Did you know riding a motorcycle is dangerous? Wait, hold the phone. Are you serious? Breaking news. Thank you for informing me. I did not realize that this machinery on two wheels with a flaming hot tank and gasoline on top of it is dangerous. I certainly appreciate you informing me of that. I was totally unaware to the fact that at any moment a bus or car or semi could come out of nowhere, smash into me, and just totally crush me and kill me, literally at any second. I'm so glad that you brought that to my attention, because I was totally not aware of that scenario whatsoever. But no, listen, honestly, I get it. Sometimes people ask that question out of concern, but honestly, I think all of us out there know, as motorcycle riders, yes, it's dangerous. We accept that when we ride the bike. We accept that there is danger involved. But in all seriousness, yes, as riders, like, we know the dangers, okay? We accept that every time you get on the bike. That's why you be as careful as possible. You try to work on your skills as much as possible to avoid any dangerous scenarios or situations. You know, you gear up, you try to protect yourself, but I mean, yeah, it's dangerous. That's the fact of the matter. I mean, you're exposed, you have no cage like a vehicle, you have a tank of gas on a flaming hot engine, people can't see you. Like, we know this, it's dangerous. I mean, that's the risk you accept when you decide to ride a motorcycle. Every time you go out, you're accepting that risk, you're assuming the risk, and that is a potential scenario that could play out. We know that, yes, as riders, we know it's dangerous. I think you'd have a hard time finding any rider that doesn't understand the dangers and the responsibilities that come along with riding the motorcycle. But listen, I get it. Sometimes people ask that question out of, you know, concern. Because listen, it can be scary and dangerous. Like I said, you're just out here exposed to the hard concrete and pavement. You fall off this thing, you're smashing up like literally your entire body. Like, we know that, we get it. You don't have to remind us. Yes, it's dangerous, okay? The other stuff is dangerous. Walking across the street, you can get hit by a car. Like, a lot of people get thrills and adrenaline other ways, like bungee jumping or skydiving or, you know, whatever it may be. Are you over here lecturing them on the dangers of these activities and hobbies that they're into? Maybe you are, I don't know. Anyways, yes, we know it's dangerous. Thank you for asking. Stupid question. Move on to the next one. Alright, so if you stuck around this long, we're going to get into the last one. The absolute 100% most egregious question I've ever been asked. And like I said, I've been asked all of these questions, so these are real questions people ask. And I'm sure all of you have been asked some of them too. Like I said, let me know down in the comments some of these most ridiculous questions that you've ever been asked and how you respond to them sometimes. Alright, so here we go with the most egregious, idiotic, stupid motorcycle question that I've ever been asked. So I mean, this is just embarrassing, egregious. So here we go. Are you gonna wear assless chaps? What? Like, what did you just say? What did you just ask me? Am I gonna wear assless chaps? Like, get out of here with that. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what the hell are you talking about? Assless chaps? Think I'm just gonna throw on some chaps with no pants underneath and take off on my bike? Like, what in the world? What kind of question is that? Assless chaps? Like, get the hell out of here. That's absurd. Like, I'm just gonna hop on my bike, rear end exposed, and just ride around with my ass hanging out in assless chaps. Like, absolutely egregious. Why would you even say those words, assless chaps? Like, are you kidding me? Get out of here with that question. Literally the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Am I gonna wear assless chaps on my bike? Get the hell out of here. Ridiculous. Egregious. Stop asking these dumb motorcycle questions, people. Alright, so hopefully we got a little humor out of that. Obviously, like I said, I've been asked those questions, seriously. And like I said, I think it's people just, you know, they aren't familiar with motorcycles. It's foreign to some people. They've got some curious questions. Or they ask questions about, you know, motorcycle culture, just that they see, like, in the media or on the internet or whatever. And sometimes, like I said, people ask stupid questions. Sometimes, maybe some of those could be a joke, but whatever. Sometimes people are going to ask you those dumb questions. So like I said, drop it down in the comments. I want to know any dumb questions you've ever heard. Hopefully we get some funny ones down there. So that's going to wrap it up for today. That's some of the dumbest questions I've ever been asked about my motorcycle or motorcycles in general. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Like I said, hopefully that was a little comic relief. Some of it's funny, some of it's serious, but who knows? And like I said, if you're one of those people who's ever asked those questions, ask me those questions. Sorry if I offended you, but honestly, stop asking stupid questions. So we're going to wrap it up riding through Philly today. Make sure you ride safe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Like this video. Go check out any other videos. Make sure you hit us on Instagram too, @TheMotoJohn. Everybody take care. We'll see you along down the road. Peace.